Right, hello, welcome to this week's angling blog. It's 2 weeks since I've last been out on the bank. I had a bit of a break after the pike season finished. I've just nipped out today. It's Good Friday today, just for a bit of fun, just basically see where everything's up to, get an idea of, you know, where the waters are with regards to carp, and see whether they're having it yet. Simple tactics, as I say. My puddle chucker 10-foot carp feeder rod, a little method feeder, a short hook link, and I'm going to be putting a juice dumbbell on the hook. Just going to sit and wait, see what turns up. Right, so bait tray for today. Got a couple of juice dumbbells. I say I have to pick up some more. I'm running low. We'll be putting the juice on my pellets, and as I say, I've got a few pellets there, not too many, as I say, because I'm not planning on staying long. I'm making many casts. I know that if I put that rig out there with them pellets and a hook bait, if they come across it, they'll eat it. So I'm just going to sit and wait. And as I say, there's the camera in case we get a take. 2 baiting tools. Let's have a look at the swim. And I say we've got some dead reeds to the right. I've seen 1 or 2 carp moving in the corner. We're going to be aiming probably to land as close as we can to them. So 1 or 2 of them have been banging. So there's 1 or 2 carp about. Let's see if we can get one. And there we go. That's the rig that I'll be using today. A small little method feeder, about 24 gram. A small amount of pellets. And there's your hook bait on top. And with all my fishing, like for carp, you put a bait in the right spot and leave it, you've got a good chance of catching them. So let's see if we can get one to slip up on this one. And with the butt locked in, it's just a waiting game now. Right, so into the first one of the day. The tip just pulled round slowly. As I say, just sitting and waiting. So I don't feel a big one. One thing I've not missed about carp is trying to hold them. And there we go. I'm going to say, just out testing the water today. Not been out for 2 weeks. Just nipping out with the, you know, the method feeder, juice dumbbells, and some pellets. I'm just trying to get a, you know, a bit of a feel for where everything's up to. And this fish coming so quickly, probably about half an hour after casting in. Just 1 method feeder, and just sit and wait. And this little carp couldn't resist. So let's get her back. Right, so that carp was the only one we had on that session, but it was only a short session, and it showed me that the carp were beginning to wake up. This is now the Sunday after it. I've just done double overtime in work, Saturday and Sunday, and it's about 3:30 and I've nipped back through. the pond is empty, there's nobody on, so we've got, you know, free run of the pond. I've brought through one rod with a method feeder and a short hook link, which I'm going to put a juice dumbbell on as a carp rod. But while I was on last time, I seen a lot of activity from the pike. Now this is a bit of a nod towards what might be coming in the future possibly on the channel, just a little bit, nothing too serious, but I just thought I'd bring it through and see if we could pick up a pike. The bonus of bringing this rod through, which is just a little spinning rod, is I've brought a couple of rounds of bread, because what I can quickly do is tie on a hook, and I've got a free-lined float rig. So that's going to be the tactic. I'm just going to put some, you know, pellets on the feeder, get it out, have a couple of casts with the pike rod, see if he's out about, and just have a look at the water to see if we can spot where they are, because as I said, the whole water's empty. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's get the rods out. Right, so that's the rig that's going out. Let's say I haven't got a mould or anything with it when I'm doing the carpet. I just wrap it around in my hand, and as you can see in the middle of that, there's a pink juice dumbbell, and I've got some of the juice glug on the pellets. So that's going to go out. I've seen one or two carp moving. I've put a bit of bread in to see if anything comes up for later on. And yeah, just going to put this out now, see if we can pick up a carp. I don't know if you've seen now, when that feeder hit the water, I don't know if the camera picked it up, there was one or two swirls from carp in the area, so they're about. Just hope that that little splash hasn't, you know, scared them off. So I'm going to have a couple of casts with the pike rod now and just keep trickling some bread in. Right, so I'd say that feeder's been in the water in about a minute and the rod's just screamed off. I'll put it this way, I made one cast with the lure rod and it was away. Feels like a nice one. And yeah, just shows. Yeah, oh yeah, there's a nice one, nice coming. Let's get the netting, see if we can get him in. And there we go, and it looks like a mid-double common. Right, so there it is in the net, a nice common as you can see, and as you can probably see, I've got my Savage Gear net with me. It's deep and mobile, and like with all my fishing, you know, everything's transferable, and this net will do just fine this summer for the carp as it would do the pike. But that's a lovely common. So let's get her weighed and have a look at her. And there we go, just over 16 pound of common carp. It took about 3 minutes to catch. I say, I've seen a couple of swirls when I cast in. I had one cast with the pike rod, turned around and the rod was away, and it's a lovely fish. I say, after 2 days overtime in work, feels good in the palms, but like I say, the pike are a lot easier to handle, aren't they? But yeah, that's the result. That is a proper result. I'm going to get her in the margin to rest, and I'll get a couple of photos. One last look at her before she goes back, and let's let her go. Happy days. After the winter behind pike rods lazily waiting, that didn't half get the blood pumping. But as you can see there, you can see how little of the pellets have gone off the feeder. That carp must have literally come straight in, and that being on top, it's the first thing it's seen and roared off. But yeah, as you can see there and on the clip just before, a lot of the pellets still left on it. So let's get it back out, see if we can get another one. Right, so the rig that's caught that fish, dead simple. It's a 15 pound mainline, Daiwa hypersensor, nice and strong. And as I say, we're fishing their snags, and you see just caught a 16 pound carp. So you've got to fish responsibly. That carries on to a free running method feeder on the line, so if you crack off up here, the method feeder can come off. A coring quick change bead, a little small 4-inch hook link tied with an overhand loop and a knotless knot, and on the end a size 10 and 10mm juice dumbbell, and they're the two bits that I used. 10 pound Power Plus Ultima and the ever faithful Drennan Super Specialist hooks. I'm confident that when a carp come across that rig, a pile of pellets with the bait on top, if they're hungry they'll eat it. The pellets hide the hook, and yeah, it's a rig that I find works on the places I fish. So yeah, that's the rig that I caught that fish on. And I think not long before I've arrived, someone's actually got off this peg, because there's a big pile of maggots there behind me. And as I say, Mr. Robin, he's making short work of them. But yeah, certainly somebody's been in this swim today. I'd say within the last hour, they'd be well gone, wouldn't they? They'd wriggle away. And he comes again. Where's he gone? There he is. There's Mr. Robin back for some more. And there's me welly. And there's Mr. Robin. Super friendly. See how close we can get. I don't think it comes much closer than that. Right, so there's one or two carp coming up, but they're coming up right in the snag. And so you've got to try and get them out of that. But they are feeding towards the back of it. You're seeing the odd swirl coming up. So the wind's perfect for it because it's blowing right into it. But I was hoping there's more coming around the back of that tree rather than down here. I was hoping to get them down here, down this bit. As I say, there is one or two coming up, but they're deep in that snag. So yeah, I'm not going to change the rod over from the lure rod just yet, till I start seeing a few more coming up a bit confidently. Right, so just while we're waiting for another bite, long time subscribers to the channel will remember a series last year called The Jewels of the Lake, and that was filmed on this exact lake, and it was to try and catch one of them 16, 17, 18 pound carp, because there are a lot of smaller carp in here, but there are them jewels of the lake, as they say. I'll put a link at the top of the screen to that playlist, but the funny part about it was that took me about 6 episodes, and I loved recording that series. It was great fun. We were getting lots of carp, but we were hunting for that special one. Had I done it this year, it took me 3 minutes, which wouldn't have made much of a series with it. But yeah, just sitting back and relaxing now. Back in work tomorrow, so I'm just going to chill out for a bit, and hopefully the rods will go. There has been one carp coming up quite confidently now, just on that bit there. As you can see, a piece of bread is currently drifting into the zone. That's probably where he's been taken. Right, I've just managed to get one of them on a piece of bread. He's been coming up for the past 5 or 10 minutes, and on this little rod, and in he comes. What a lovely fish, lovely dark fish. As you can see there, I've not even tried to hold him up yet. I think he's going to absolutely batter me. But yeah, I don't think he was expecting that a foot off the bank. Nice fish. Let's get him out and have a look at him. Right, as you've just seen in the net there, a lively mirror carp, just over 11 pound. I'll load it up really quickly while it's being calm, because it's very lively, obviously. Quick fight on the floating crust. So 2 fish, 2 doubles, and 2 lovely looking fish. A lovely dark carp. And yeah, simple piece of bread and a hook. And yeah, work tomorrow. But what a nice little afternoon it's been on the bank. So let's get this lovely fish back. Right, so that's the session come to an end now. In these two, obviously you've seen my approach and how I go about it. I had a 2-week break and just eased myself back in, just trying to get like a litmus test of the waters. A simple method feeder in my box, and we had 1 carp. That let me know the water was awake. And today after work I've just come out with 1 rod on a method feeder and literally my spinning rod with a bit of bread, and we've had 2 double-figure carp and that lovely common. So yeah, this time of year it's about getting a feel for your waters and working out where they're up to, because we are very late this year. You know, the leaves aren't even on the trees yet and we're past April. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Tight lines in your own fishing. It would be great if you could like and subscribe to the channel. That would be fantastic, and I'll catch you all next time. Tight lines.